Well, the Book of Esther.
There's always Esther. You can always talk about Esther.
Delilah. The role for women, we can look at Jezebel, Delilah.
Like good and bad on both spectrums. Sapphira, who was? Oh, Ananias, Sapphira. Okay, right. Wasn't she the
Who are
the
all
conniving,
the deviant women in the Bible?
Conniving.
Eve.
That's the first one, dude.
We got, first of all, welcome back.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're the guy.
I know, but I didn't want to start that way. I was trying to turn over a new leaf.
And the leaf was turned over because I said, how's it going?
That's true. Now you're introducing. Well, that's good.
So other deviant, I guess we'll go on this for a minute.
Okay. Deviants in the Bible. There's a lot of them. Pretty much everyone.
Women, specifically.
Oh, okay.
No, I think we covered.
Jezebel.
Mary Magdalene had all those demons that Jesus had to take care of.
Mary Magdalene? Wait, who did you say?
Wasn't Mary Magdalene?
Well, Mary Magdalene died.
Naomi was nice.
I thought we were talking about the deviants.
You know what? I don't know. I'm in over my head at this moment.
Abe, I thought you
All I know is
knew
Jezebel.
the Bible.
I do.
But do you know the
It's
12
been
disciples?
If you hold my feet to the fire and give me enough time, I'll be. I might be able to come up with some names.
We got Peter.
And I thought you were gonna say Paul, and I was gonna immediately say
Luke. Just kidding. Luke is not one.
Is he not one?
Luke was one of Paul's
Abimelech?
allegedly one of Paul's helpers.
Abimelech.
You're Abimelech.
I am Abimelech.
Shout out to Kyle,
No,
formerly the
we're not
CEO.
shouting him out.
Formerly CEO of Traverse, who just sold it recently. No one knows unless you know about this coffee shop.
This nice coffee shop near where we live.
Very
nice. And here's the thing about Traverse. It wasn't as much about the coffee as it was about the people, right? Everyone can agree.
It was pretty good coffee, actually.
Sure, but I mean, you can get pretty good coffee a lot of places, right?
Sure.
But the vibe was strong at Traverse with Kyle and Michelle, right? Can we agree
Kyle
on that?
was, yes, I agree with you.
Okay.
But Kyle was particularly good with names.
Right, and it was amazing. And here's the thing, dude. So I'd been in there, I don't know, half a dozen times maybe, and dude, I go in there one day and I complimented on him on like how good his, remember
His
remembrance. Yeah, his memory was, and he like nailed Nate's name, your name, and I was like, yeah, what's my or somebody asked what mine was, and he's like. He like blanked out, and I was like, "What's the Bible name?"
With the starts with A.
With A, and he's like, "It's not Aaron." He's like, and I was like, "Yeah, it's not like a super common name." But he's like, Abimelech. I was like, "You're dead to me. You're dead." So I didn't go there since then.
Who was Abimelech? Why
That's
is he
a joke?
Why is he dead to you if he calls you Abimelech? Who's Abimelech?
No, just, the name's not the point. The point is he remembers everyone's names. But not mine.
Oh, right,
You know what I mean?
right. No,
He could have called me anything, and I would still have been
because
pissed.
Abimelech is a deviant.
Was he?
He was
he the guy that got hung by his hair in the tree? Yes, it was.
No, that's Rehoboam or Jeroboam.
Incorrect. It was David's son that was like riding. I can't remember the exact story.
Fact check. Who got hung by his hair?
Right, he was. Oh, Absalom, not.
You guys are horrible Christians.
Well, it's an A name. I was
Well,
on, anyway.
Again,
Abimelech, Absalom. It's similar. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to just quickly note that
Note this.
this podcast is
Knives, dude. I didn't realize how many knives are on here.
yeah, the way you
This is
pointed a
great.
knife at me. This podcast is going to be funded by my
Duck.
funeral, my health insurance, my life insurance.
Unbeknownst to you, I took out an insurance policy on you recently.
Sip
Let's never do that again.
at the same time.
Yeah. I didn't plan on that.
All right, so we won't glance over the thing.
What's the thing? Have I already glanced? I've already glanced over
No,
it. What's
it
the
hasn't
thing?
been glanced over.
Okay.
But the common thread throughout all these podcasts, throughout all
Are
these videos.
us. We're in all of them.
That's true. But
We've been-
almost in every single one,
We've had clothes on.
we've glanced over, we've talked about.
You've worn that other shirt that you're not wearing. You're starting a new. This is a new leaf for you. You're wearing something different, and I laud and applaud you.
You laud and applaud me.
You kept the mustache. I like
I'm
that
keeping
going
that.
strong in the new year.
I'm keeping that until further notice.
Yeah, now you're Mr. Rogers up in this.
Up in this
Ma.
hood, up in this
up in
neighborhood.
Ma. Anyway, what do you? Yeah.
We always talk about the BB. It's not the. We always talk about BB.
I call my wife BB sometimes.
No, you don't.
Oh, I do. You know what I did the other day? Okay, let me tell you this quick story, dude, about BB. So, bro,
We also talk about Lee.
we'll get there, but BB specifically, dude. So, I play, worship music in my church, in my local church, and sound check starts at 7. So, you get there a few minutes early. And I set my alarm, all was good, and I must have snoozed it. Obviously, it did. All of a sudden, I'm jolted awake. Something in my mind was like, hey, you snoozed a few more than you should have. In my subconscious, deep in there. And so I'm like, snap awake at like 6:52. And I'm like,
You have to be there at 7.
yeah, well, before 7, hopefully.
Oh,
So
right.
I get up at 6:53, and I'm like rushing around. So I immediately text my director, worship director, and I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm on my way. And it takes about 15 minutes to get there. Anyway, I'm going to be late. So I text him, and then later on after sound check, I was like, I'm going to text my wife, see how she's doing. It's the morning. And I was like, hi, BB. But I did it like so quickly. I just texted the last person that was like on my text, and I sent it to Tim, the worship director. I was like, oh, whoops.
Wait, what did you say again?
I just said, hi, BB. BB. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm so glad that went to Tim.
I know, dude. I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, dude. That was to my wife, but also hi. Like,
I
whoops.
bet that
Yeah,
that little flub you did there actually
Made him laugh. He
right,
liked
and
it.
put you back on good terms.
Oh, he didn't.
I know.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
He's a jovial man.
right. He's all good. But yeah. That was fun.
The BB
The BB in question, though,
is Breaking Bad.
and you know what, man?
You know why I want to talk about it this time?
Dude, can we? Here's the thing.
What?
I was doing some introspecting, a little archaeology of my own self, and I was like, you know what? I've talked way too much about Breaking Bad. I'm not gonna talk about it again. I'm not gonna bring it up
All
for
right.
sure.
I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you've done that. So
Little
that now
splunking.
it's like, you know those memes? It's like men turned 21 and base their whole life on their whole identity on this one person, and then like they'll have like Ryan Gosling from Drive,
Or-
Walter White.
Walter White.
Yeah.
He's like 50.
They'll
It will be Tom Hardy, the guy for Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders, Heath Ledger for the Joker for some reason,
or Patrick Bateman from
right from
American Psycho.
American Psycho. We can talk about that, but
We could.
we don't want to. Go ahead though.
But what I'm saying, well, sometimes they'll have Walter White and older guys on there,
Okay.
or like Al Pacino, or from Scarface.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what you became. Not so much that you based your personality on him, but you based your personality on the show.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of things you would say were
Is this messing with you?
would be quotes. No,
Okay.
it's messing with you though.
A little bit. Anyway, okay, yeah, I would just reference it a lot, right?
All the time. and you'd always be watching it.
Now that you brought it up, man, I gotta. No, go ahead.
I want to do something, and this is something I never thought Abe would do because he's always poo-pooed on me for doing it. Because I would always, whenever I watch something that I really like, I'll watch like a YouTube essay.
Right, he nerds out on like the everything around it.
Yes, whether it's the making of it or the literary or philosophical things pertaining to it. And he finally watched one talking about one of the most infamous episodes, The Fly.
Fly, yeah. It's
Which, if you're not familiar with the lore,
basically it's a bottle. What do they call it? Bottle episode.
that's something to unpack. No, we'll get to that. What it is it's an episode that's very polarizing with the fans. A lot of fans of the show think it's a useless episode. It doesn't serve any purpose because it's low budget. There's only one or a couple
One plot, like one.
scene,
Yeah.
not one scene, but one filming location.
Right.
And so people think it's dumb, and the plot centers around Jesse, our protagonist, our heroes, Jesse and Walt trying to kill a fly, a contaminant in their meth lab. There's a lot to unpack in the show, and I don't want to unpack it. All I want to unpack is the fact that Abe finally took some time.
caved.
He caved and he watched an essay, a video essay on YouTube talking about it, and you were intrigued.
Because here's why. I'd only ever in the maybe 10 times I've seen the show. Who knows? You know, in the all the times I'd seen the show, I'd only actually watched that episode once. Because I remember it was slow and everyone said they hated it. And I was like, yeah, not much happens like to this, because it doesn't move the story along in any major way. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. But I watched it again and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. There's a lot of great monologues that just like unpack what's going on in their lives, what they're actually thinking under the surface, and et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, it's actually really good.
Yep.
But anyway, and so we watched it together the other day.
Right. And also, if you guys haven't followed the show enough, you haven't. If you haven't followed the show enough, but if you haven't followed the show, you wouldn't know that I parachute into the show because I never watch the show out on my own. I only ever watch it when he's watching it, and he'll be in the middle of season 3, episode 10.
Well, here's what happened.
And I'm parachuted all through the show, and there's lots of holes in episodes I haven't seen.
We'll talk about this, and then we'll stop talking about Breaking Bad forever. So here's
Wow.
what happened. Michael was like, "Hey, dude, you want to watch I've never watched Breaking Bad. This was a year ago at this point. You're like, want to watch Breaking Bad?" I was like, "Actually, kind of."
I brought it up to you.
because I was like, "I've never seen it. I actually do want to watch it." And so we started one Sunday afternoon.
A pilot. We started with the first
pilot, which is amazing. It's
It
amazing.
hooks you.
So, yeah. Anyway, we watched like 2 or 3 episodes, right? Maybe 2 or 3
No,
episodes.
we watched one episode. I went home. I didn't get around to watching it at all. By the time, 2 or 3 days later, you're already almost to the end of season 1.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I just gave up
Right. He immediately just gives up.
because I wanted to just have it a thing when I just watch it over at your place.
And I'm not gonna, dude.
You ain't waiting around.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to be beholden to your needs. I'm gonna watch it when I want to watch it, which became
6 episodes a day.
I mean, I watched the whole thing in 2 weeks.
That's
I'm pretty
right.
sure. Which, I mean, my wife can attest that was not her favorite 2 weeks, but we'll edit that out. We don't need that kind of negativity.
we definitely need
We don't
that.
need that kind of negativity.
Here, you know what we can talk about
JK.
for a quick minute? We I don't think we've ever mentioned this, but for a short time, the 3 of us watched The Walking Dead. But
TWD.
what?
Yeah. Dude, every show I watch, I'm 7 years behind on. You know what I mean?
except for Better Call Saul.
Sure, I was like 4 years behind.
But then we caught up, and then we caught the last of it.
Right. Anyway,
But The Walking Dead's still going, and every once in a
which
minute,
is everyone says shouldn't be going.
once in a while, I
You
feel
wanna
like I
watch it.
want to start watching it again. But the three of us stopped watching it at season, which is
Was it 7?
it's a polarizing season because no spoilers.
Dude, it doesn't matter at this point. It's not a new
Glenn
show.
gets canned
Yeah, and here's what
in
happens.
the worst way.
But here's, and some people think, and a part of me agrees. It revitalizes the show in a way, but it's something for me, and probably for a lot of fans, because a lot of fans stopped watching after this. But it was the idea of like introducing Negan and his whole posse, of his whole whatever, was just like too big of a shift. But it did totally changed the dynamic of
Well,
this
up till
freaking
that
show.
point, it's actually as far as the reviews go, that season was a little low, but the ones that came after it, so 8, 9, and 10,
Yeah.
have good reviews.
Hmm.
But up until that moment, I remember being really into it. Oddly enough,
Yeah, I was.
yeah, it was. And I remember at the time feeling so good because I felt like maybe I finally saved Abe from Breaking Bad. Like something else, something that we both could relate to more on.
Let me say this: that show became for me what Breaking Bad was for you. I was just like, yeah, I like it. I'll watch it. I want to watch it, but I don't
hurts
want to
me.
watch it. I don't want to watch it without you know, you guys, my wife, basically. So
It wasn't a show you watched on your own.
Definitely wasn't one.
It wasn't a show that you put on your phone while you're driving, not at work, by
Right,
driving
right.
just anyways.
Right. Correct.
It's not a show that you put on your phone and you have just sometimes playing out of your back pocket or over here while you're doing the dishes. It's over here in the drying
Dude,
rack.
and can I tell you this? Every time I watch that show, there's something new that I see or that I like. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice that. Probably because most of it was in my back pocket.
Right.
Like different episodes, you know. So,
Well, it's more than that. You'll pick up on different things because
Yeah.
the base, not the stuff on the surface becomes a pattern that you're familiar with.
right. Yeah.
And then
right.
so it's like that goes to your subconscious, and then your
True.
prefrontal cortex
Yeah.
can focus on other things.
It's good.
That's all
That's
stuff
so
I
good.
learned from this book right here, The Power of Habit
Oh,
by Charles Duhigg. Honestly,
We got Connect 4 right next to. Wait, what is this? Holy Bible.
the holy
Written-
writ
Written in with like font that a metal band would use or something.
from the 1990s.
Actually, what is it? I don't know. I can't tell.
It's Gothic. It's not quite
oh,
Gothic.
Yeah.
It's got a different tint in it. Yeah, Britannica. And then we got code names.
Right. I mean, there's everything on here. Everything you need to survive on here.
Yep, we got the 2005 Guinness World Records.
Mm-hmm.
Very important.
We've got things to keep you alive and sustain you. You could kill a deer with this.
We also just got some plain old 8x11 sheets.
You gonna just breeze over the fact that said you could kill a deer with this? I mean, if you were
You
a
could
knife
kill-
thrower,
You
I
could
guess.
kill pretty much anything with that lives
good
and
at
breathes on this
throwing-
planet. You might
How
have
you
a
gonna
hard
catch
time
it?
with a sperm whale, but
Bro, I don't know. So, what's been going on, Michael?
With
What
me?
have you been up to? Yeah. What's going on, dude?
thanks for asking. Well, except on days that I work, which is not often because I work like a couple 12-hour shifts a week. It's enough to get me by. But I try to work out at least once, sometimes twice a day. And then
Is swole the goal or size the prize
shredded is
or deaded?
or deaded is the prize. So there, I've been doing that. I want to, and you can hold me accountable, and people can hold me accountable to this. But I have a few things that I've
Yeah.
been up to that I would like to just for the New Year's resolution, the spirit of new leaves and
Right.
stuff. So I would like to, by the end of the year, by next January, be able to flagpole.
What does that mean?
That means when you get on a flagpole and then you just hold yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
Horizontally.
Oh, sure. Yeah. For
So-
how long? You know what I mean? Because I could do it for a half a second.
I've never tried it. No, I would like to do it for half a second.
You know.
You basically just, all you need for that is momentum.
Right. That's what I mean.
I would like to be able to do that for a few seconds.
It's good core. I mean, dude,
Right,
you could
so
plank.
part
Plank,
of-
bro.
I do that every day.
All right, good.
That's my every day I work on my core.
That's good.
And then I go to the gym.
How about your
and-
diet? You work on that.
Of course.
What are you up to these days with your diet?
Just try to eat whole foods, like foods that least processed as possible. So just vegetables, fruit, and meat.
That's amazing.
However, I just polished off in a few days a 12-pack of Hot Pockets. And I apologize to everybody involved. But it was like, I want something easy to go to work because I don't like cooking at work.
Mm.
But when I'm home, I like to cook. But
Could you? You know what? Maybe I have a solution for you. Do you like burritos or like tortilla wraps? You know what I mean? Wraps.
Yes.
I can't. Why am
The
I-
goal eventually is to get no bread. I'll probably
Okay.
keep doing rice.
What about low carb? Wraps.
Yeah, I might try those. I know what you're talking about. There's tortillas from Mission, if you're all familiar with grocery stores. There's a brand called
'Cause
Mission.
You could. What I'm saying. Basically, the
They
whole
have low
point
carb.
of this is like, instead to help you with your something easy on the go. You could just make a bunch of them, tinfoil wrap them, put them in the fridge.
Yeah, that's a good
freezer,
idea.
Freezer even. Yeah.
Or I was doing pretty well. I was doing pretty well the week before that because I just brought veggies and like a salmon fillet and I just baked it. And then I had
I remember that.
I still have that at my house. So anyways, that's the goal. I'll still eat rice.
Just be healthy.
Rice doesn't have any gluten, so you won't have to worry about that. I'm not gluten intolerant, but gluten inflames you a little bit.
Okay.
Also, first time I'm telling you this, but I am for the last couple weeks I started studying for my Series 65 exam.
I don't know what that is. What's Series 65?
It's an entry-level financial representative advisor.
Okay.
And for a long time, I thought in order to get it to crack into that business, into that career scape,
Right.
you needed to have a bachelor's to get a CFA, Certified Financial Advisor. And you do need a bachelor's for that. However, I didn't realize there's a bunch of entry-level stuff you don't need a degree for. You just have to pass a licensure
Right.
exam.
Right.
And then if you work at a firm for 3 years, and or get 4,000 hours of experience without a degree, you can go for your CFA.
okay.
So I can, without falling for the scam of college again, I can break into that. So I started studying for that. I bought a course. It's been
That's cool.
and kind of like a real estate course you would do if you're getting
Your license. Yeah.
right. So that's what I've been
What's
up
your
to.
Okay, so you want to become a financial advisor? Are you putting that out in the ether?
It seems like over the last couple of years, it's been one of the most consistent things that I've been deeply interested in is money and economics. So, I have each day I wake up, I don't have to like force myself to like watch stuff. That's like I enjoy it. Like I look
Right.
forward to it. Always have. But this time, rather than just it's a systematic approach now, which is better. Before it would just be like I'd get interested in a certain aspect, and then I would just research stuff topically.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's systematic, and it's filling in a lot of holes in my knowledge. from the
That's
ground
good.
up. So that's what I've been doing, and
That's great.
those are the two primary things. Just really getting fit, and
Getting financially fit.
then learning how to so that I can work in a firm. It's entry level. You're not gonna be
An advisor. I wonder. I don't even know what entry level, what that is, but like taking out
customer
trash?
service.
like sweeping floors.
I'm not entirely sure what it entails, but I would be able to legally give financial advice. I wouldn't have to put a disclaimer with a Series 65.
Right.
And you know what? You know what is so funny? The reason why I know this, that a Series 65 is all you need to get started,
Mm-hmm.
is because remember that Meet Kevin email that I was complaining about?
Yes.
I opened it, and he said, I just got my Series 65 license, and so now I can be a financial advisor. And I was like, wait, what? You don't have a CFA. So then I did some research. And then thanks to that stupid email from Meet Kevin, and I was complaining about it, then I uncovered that truth. So
Wow.
so it's like the little butterfly effect,
That's
What's going on in your life?
what's going on in my life, man. I've just been on a journey, No, I mean, here's what's going on in my life.
Lipitor boy.
A whole lot. I'm trying to be healthier.
Yes.
Just dieting,
No
Doing
more
some of
Taco
that.
Bell.
doing some of that intermittent fasting. You know what I'm saying? 16/8. You know what I'm saying?
No more la mange de chinois.
I don't know what that is.
No more Chinese
but-
food.
Is that Mandarin or was that French for Chinese food?
That was French for Chinese food.
That's great. And then in the midst of that, I'm driving a truck for about 60 hours a week. And then on
In
top
truck?
of that,
Yeah, you work
not
in
all of
total
it's
60
like,
hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, total.
It is a lot
Um,
of time.
It's a lot of time. And then on top of that, I'm involved with my worship team. On top of that, I'm deeper involved with my worship team in other ways. And then I'm also recording an album with my good friend Nate DeLeon for Chasing the Light. You know what I'm saying? I'll link them in bio.
No, I'm saying
link them.
you're one of the two.
Right. Anyway, so I'm pretty busy, but on top of that, I'm trying to be healthy because here's the thing. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know how they say like the standard American diet? I was like, that may. I was probably like. Actually, I feel like the standard American diet's probably gone down over the years, pretty drastically.
Like
Like I was-
Walmart brand.
Red Barons.
No, Walmart brand soda to go with every meal.
Well, I wasn't that. I didn't really drink soda. a
No,
lot.
I'm thinking about the standard American diet drifting down.
Okay.
A frappuccino for coffee in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So that stuff I wouldn't do. The drinks, I wouldn't drink a lot of.
That's what saved you. You drank water with everything.
Right. I would drink water a lot, but I just would eat. I'm eating pizza. I'm eating
You live the f-
burgers. I'm eating.
A fast-paced, busy life.
Right.
It's probably all you had time for.
Well, that's what I would say until a minor little health checkup. I was like, you might want to. Well, they like prescribed me. They're like, hey, just start taking this. I'm like, I'm not even 30, dude. I'm not taking stuff. If I can fix this with
And not
my
that
diet.
medication. That medication is not for. It shouldn't be. You're right. It shouldn't be for someone below 30.
And it makes sense why the hospitals and medical field would just throw pills at people because it's all it all benefits itself. You know what I mean? Rather than them being like, "Hey,
Make a
you
life
idiot,
change.
Make a life change." First of all, it's easier for me if I just start taking pills instead of making a life change, and it's better for them because
They make the money.
it's just a whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
We're not going to get into the conspiracy theories of Big
But
Pharma.
Big Pharma. But
We're going to get flagged.
Yeah, cut
We're gonna
that
get
out.
demonetized. We're
Cut
gonna
out
lose.
us saying Big Pharma.
We're gonna lose the thousands of dollars we make
We won't
on
be
our
able- we
sponsorships.
won't make a dime off this episode. Great. But yeah. Anyway, so I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go down the road of starting to take pills before I'm 30, and also I'm not going down the road of eating myself to death. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making some lifestyle changes, and it's gonna be good, and you'll see some progress. You know, I bought a scale. It will be noticeable, I should say, because I'm on camera. Over a few months.
I'll tell you what. You want people to be able to notice or not? Go clean shaven.
No. I know what you mean.
Right.
We talked about this.
Right.
Because a
And-
beard covers a multitude of sins. Guys, if you're out there and you're
You got some
if
heavy
you can grow a
jowls.
beard, listen, if you got some heavy jowls, if you got that second chin is coming in real strong,
Beard.
if you can't grow a beard, I mean, draw it in. I don't know. Do something. But like, if you can grow a beard, grow it out. You know what to do. That's a short-term solution. A long-term solution is, I mean, get rid of the second chin. But like, in the
A lipo.
medium, lipo. I mean, that's a solution. But also, yeah, it just hides a multitude of sins.
Anyways, so that's why I said if you want to see the results, go clean shaven. But don't. You look good like that, irregardless.
Not go ahead.
A what?
Go ahead. What were you trying to say?
I was nothing. I was just throwing in a quip. Can you please
Register this.
toot to the head?
Two to the head. Dude, what movie was that? That stuck with me.
That was from Mafia, the game.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
Oh, that wasn't from Godfather?
No, that was from. Yeah, I remember you telling me that was from Mafia.
Oh, right. Okay, maybe. Wow, just the video game. Okay, whatever. Literally, whenever there's like an assassination to be made.
Mafia is a open world game. Is it open world?
Yeah, I guess so.
Where you play a 20s mobster.
Yeah.
In case people don't know.
And basically one of the things, you follow a path in the game, and it has you're supposed to kill somebody. I can't remember what the reason. Anyway, you kill somebody, but he shoots him with only like one shot, and it was like not the head. Anyway, they think he's dead.
He's not.
Ends up- Obviously he's not dead in the game, so he ends up coming back, and it's a whole thing. And the mob boss, your boss, is like, what the heck's wrong with you guys? Like, don't you know anytime it's two to the head, you got to give him two to the head. So like that's always in my head now.
That's what they should have done for what was his name? We're probably gonna have to make a cut here
What?
until I remember his name.
Who? Walter White.
from
Mike.
from Better Call Bench.
Better Call Bench.
Mustache, charismatic. He was a Salamanca.
Good guy or bad guy? Oh yeah.
What was
What's
his name?
Lalo.
Lalo needed two
Yeah.
to the head.
It's real interesting. He was a totally different Salamanca than the other ones.
And if y'all don't know,
Oh man, yeah.
Salamanca family
Jeez, I gotta stop.
is a name from the Breaking Bad universe, which also includes
Better Call
Call
Saul.
Saul.
Better Call Bench.
And so they are a very, very emotionally unstable, however they get stuff done, type of family,
Right.
and the meth business. But Lalo Salamanca,
He was very charming, charismatic,
intelligent.
very intelligent, good-looking dude, and but conniving, and you know
Part
all
of the show's plot at one point was trying to get him killed, to get him whacked,
yeah.
and they failed, and he came back with quite a vengeance.
That was interesting. I can't remember exactly. They raided his house, but somehow he like right before or as it was happening, he saw it and he like was able to take one of them out, get their machine gun, hold it off. He had a tunnel, of course.
He's just a skilled
yeah, he's just
a warrior.
Yeah.
And he,
Anyway, he was. If you're gonna be, no, I was gonna say if you're gonna be a mob boss, like a drug boss, be him. But I was
be
gonna
a
say
Lalo, not a Hector.
be a Lalo, not a Hector, but also be a Gus, not a Lalo or Hector.
Oh, just have
be
a 200
Gus.
IQ and be a psychopath.
Right. Because on the real, Gus was the most he was the best bad guy
Gus Fring.
you could make, because he wasn't one thing. He was not one thing for sure. But he was great at everything he was. He was a great liar. He was great in front of people, being like, "Hey, I'm this like, great citizen. I'm a business owner. I'm charitable, like, with everything." And
that was his front.
that was his front. But he was also a ruthless cutthroat,
Literally cutthroat.
literally cutthroat.
R.I.P. Victor.
Yeah, drug lord. That's what I'm trying to say. Drug lord. That's the word.
So if you want to become a
edit
drug
that in.
lord,
Drug lord.
start a KFC like fried chicken franchise.
Maybe a Popeyes. Popeyes probably is, TBH.
Popeyes ain't hiding the fact that they're money laundering.
Wow, dude. Yeah, right. At least make the chicken better. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
At least make those. I mean, the way they make those biscuits, those are already bricks ready to do some vandalizing.
Some of them might contain cocaine. You know what I mean, or something.
Wait, from your experience, that your
My
Popeyes
experience.
biscuits weren't like rock solid.
Honestly, I'm kind of exaggerating. The only thing that sucked about Popeyes was their chicken. It's so thin. First of all, there's not much there other than the breading. There's some chicken, and it like, I don't know. Maybe it's where the Popeyes that I go to sometimes. Of course, not anymore. But like,
That's right, and
but-
never again.
never again. But maybe sometime again. But not in the near future. Anyway, there's not much chicken, and it was like cold and like not crunchy, but it's just
It
wasn't good.
A meme that they're not good, and
Oh, is it real? Okay.
and that they're well,
Is it like the Waffle House to like Denny's?
Waffle House.
Compare it. Denny's. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Denny's is good.
Denny's is a war zone.
Here's the thing, dude. Can I be real? Denny's though, for me, has always been a good time.
A lot of post church.
Well, I don't know what
Service.
it is, man. Yeah, something about a Denny's. Well, I think the first, like, I don't know if you call it a date. We hung out, my wife and I, we hung out at Denny's together. It was like the first time we were like together.
At Denny's.
And it was like late night. It's always late night. I mean, you can go in the daytime, but it's not like as
It ain't happening. There ain't someone freebasing out in the corner.
first. I don't know what that is. but
Freebasing.
What's that?
Freebasing
Do you
is
wanna
when
explain it?
when you're smoking the drug. Instead of snorting cocaine, you freebase it. Where you get it in the spoon. Now this is
Oh.
math. You put it in the spoon and you heat it up.
A little lighter. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's freebasing.
all right. Yeah, the cook is guarantee the cooks are chain smoking at least.
the cook is hitting some your ashtray is the fried potatoes.
Some what?
That seasoning in the fried potatoes is
Right,
is the
it's
ash
partly
from the
ash.
cigarette.
Yeah, totally. I get that.
And then
And
you
you
know
just gotta
the
know
waitress is going through domestic violence,
Yeah, you can tell.
and she's about to do domestic violence on you if you don't get your order right. If you don't spit out your
If you don't
order,
spit it out. Go ahead. Spit it out, dude. Come on.
we won't be going
Oh
there.
my god, dude.
So Denny's. Where were we? Popeyes.
Restaurants,
Denny's.
correlations. Yeah.
I remember all the times going to Denny's.
I know Denny's gets a lot of hate, but I love it. I gotta say,
Nah, yeah, Denny's is it's okay.
I'll go there any day over at IHOP. Let me just say this:
Yeah,
any day
For
over
sure.
IHOP, and it's
cheaper.
Is it cheaper? Maybe it's cheaper, but it's also just the vibe. I love a Denny's. Again, it's got to be time specific. I don't want to just roll up.
Yeah, I kind of want Denny's now.
Actually, to be honest, it's not super time specific because I've been there all times of the day, and it depends on who you're with.
But the vibe is at night.
But especially at night. Especially at night.
I remember specifically post church service.
Okay.
That's where we would
Sure.
where the
Sometimes.
this was years ago now.
Yeah.
Um,
Applebee's is another one, but
yeah.
let's stay away from that. Applebee's is, dude. It's. I just saw this meme today,
You
and
guys dragged me there a few times.
I saw this meme today, and it was immediately me. It was me. It was like, what's a restaurant that, as a kid, I guess it wasn't a meme. It was just like a question somebody asked. It's like, what's a restaurant as a kid you thought was like a fancy restaurant or a nice restaurant?
Chili's.
Applebee's, dude.
Right, Applebee's for you.
And then I grew up in my teens. I still thought it was bumping. And then I was like, but then I began to realize, oh, this is.
For me, that was Olive Garden,
Oh, okay.
which
Sure,
maybe is slightly more classy
Totally.
than Applebee's.
Yes, of course.
It's better because they're specific. They honed
Italian.
in on one genre of food, while Applebee's is like, it's whatever.
That's true.
So jack of all trades, master of none type situation.
Sure.
However, Olive Garden, really, it's not.
The vibe's not there for like hanging with friends.
No.
You want to go to Applebee's or at Denny's for that type of scenario.
But definitely, if we had to choose, it'd be Denny's.
For low lifes like us that don't have
Don't have a self-prophecy.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
Let's not get into our own feedback loop.
I'm just thinking, like, if anyone listening to this is like, man, these guys are poor, or you know what I mean? Like, these guys got nothing.
Are you kidding me? Poor? I got this at Goodwill.
Okay.
Sorry, dude. I'm standing up because.
Are you sure you didn't go to donate some clothes and then you saw that in the basket and you're like, oh, could I have this? You're like, somebody just literally just dropped it off.
45 minutes. But no, I
Let's be honest, it wasn't more than $10.
Of course not. I actually. Oh, wait a second. I got this for free. This was a
course you
hand-me-down
did.
from
But she's better.
from Trevor Calhoun.
Here's the thing, Michael. I love that's dude, probably no, you bought those Converse, those
I
Chucks,
do have a pair of black Converse that were
free
owned.
by me.
They weren't for free. Oh, they were because you took them. You mowed the lawn. You mowed the lawn in black Converse
they were
one
my
day.
dude, I realized
Once
I bought black
you did that.
Converse for relatively cheap because my wife worked at Nike at the time. Got a discount. Probably shouldn't say that. She might get blacklisted. Anyway, I didn't really. I wore them once. First of all, they are so uncomfortable. It's first of all,
to do
they're
any
so-
physical activity in.
dude. Yes, they're so uncomfortable, but they're also. I mean, probably crossing the border from Mexico to the U.S. is easier than getting into these things.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Dude, you have.
No, yeah.
It takes 3 minutes to
Especially
get into
those
these.
ones. These ones aren't so bad to get in.
Really, they're basically the same.
Well, these are slightly bigger.
But yeah, high top Converse, dude. Who's wearing them for comfort?
No,
one.
but they look cool.
Sure, but
the black
the black
ones-
ones, I didn't really care about.
I found a good fit for the black ones.
So they became my mow the lawn shoes.
my black Henley with my gray cargo
Yeah, they can.
joggers with the
Here's
black Converse
Here's
looks
the
good.
thing. They do look. You look fine with them. They look good on people. I just didn't like them
Well,
for me. And I had too many.
Which
pairs
is
of
surprising
because
you're actually
And I got
you
Birks.
like white shoes and like wearing, except for right now, you wear dark clothes but with white sneakers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's usually today is an
But I'll
exception.
wear quite a bit nowadays. I used to keep it pretty black and white back in the day, but I'll wear quite a bit.
You wear quite a bit.
I'll wear quite a bit.
You're wearing
But-
quite a bit right
I
now.
know, man. I'm wearing some.
How many
sheepskin.
layers? Because
Are
if
we
you
counting
say
underwear and stuff, or no? I'm wearing these jeans that I got from I don't know where. I think of Christmas. I got them for Christmas. Amazing. They're really comfortable. I got this at Target probably. This gray tee with a pocket. Love it. It's one of my favorite tees right now. I got this necklace from Hobby Lobby. Honestly, Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, it's my favorite necklace too.
Hobby
Everything
Lobby?
I'm wearing right now might be my favorite.
Are you talking about Chris Tomlin instrumental playing in the background, Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, dude. And then I got this. I think probably H&M. You know, the vibe. And then these are Birks that I got also.
Real
for
Birks?
Christmas. Real
Or-
Birks, dude. Look at that. Read it and weep. Weep. Yeah, you'll probably
Birks.
weep for my bank account.
Huh?
You'll weep for my bank account. But anyway, that's the vibe. That's the layers right now.
Now, we started on a journey as to what your journey is right now. So you were talking about 60 hours a week you were working. You're doing all
you
this busy
asked
stuff.
me what I was up to, and I told you exactly what I was up to.
And I knew most of what you said, but then it clicked how busy you are.
Let's be real. We both know what each other are doing.
You didn't know I was doing the finance stuff.
That's true.
You knew I was into that stuff, but you didn't know I was doing that stuff.
I didn't know you were getting your C93 or whatever it is.
Yes, that's it.
65.
What do you-
A65?
What did they? Series 65.
Series
This is
65.
Series 7, Series 6, Series 63, Series 65, Series 66, and there's a Series 79.
There's probably a lot in between, too.
And there's the
Like
SIE, which is the first test you're supposed to take, but I bypassed it. But
Good on you.
no one cares about any of that. But if I take a bunch of those, I'm very hireable, entry level, which would be great because I'm very hireable right now with my CRMA. But I don't want to work CRMA work any longer than I have to.
I don't know what CRMA is.
It's the person who hands out and manages people's drugs at group homes or nursing homes.
Mm.
I absolutely do not want to do that much longer. Even though the where I do it right now is pretty great for that line of work. It can get really hellish really quick doing that line of work. Anyways, I still don't want to do that. That's an entry level healthcare career.
Right. Okay.
And I could move up. I could get take a little
Middle
bit of,
management.
take a little bit of schooling and become a case manager, which is about a year of schooling, which would be more schooling than I would need to get these licenses for finance,
Mm.
and a lot more money because they're college courses that you'd have to take to become a case manager. And then I don't want to do any of that.
You don't want to become that.
No, because I am going to get conspiratorial here for a second, because
Go
I-
for it. I'm all there.
I really don't like just all the I just don't like their approach, the mental health field approach right now.
Mental health or the medical field? I guess it's the same thing, but
Mental health.
okay.
I have some qualms, and
What's the qualms?
I don't like all the drugs
I was just gonna say the prescriptions.
and all the babying that we do. And that's all I'll say, because who knows
Your
who's
license
watching.
is on the line.
I think we're a little too. I think a little bit of tough love could have gone a long ways for a lot of these people,
Mm.
but not tough love as in abuse, because a lot of times that's what they got. But then they go from abuse to being coddled, and it's just, it ain't right. It probably isn't right. It might be the best we can do with the system that we got. Because I certainly, as JP, Jordan Peterson would say, don't try and fix the world till you fix yourself type stuff. Like, I certainly couldn't fix it. I'd just be a monkey with a wrench trying to fix an Apache attack helicopter.
Apache, is that what they're called? Is that a brand?
It's a gunship. It's a
Okay.
military gunship. I'm a monkey
know-
out there fixing. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm not saying I would be able to have what
Are
it
you
takes.
saying like tough love? Like, what do you mean by that? You mean like drop kicking people?
No.
Like,
Let me try and unpack this.
you
Tough.
don't have to, but you can. If it's gonna get you in trouble.
No, it won't. But what would be in trouble is how long it takes me to articulate it. Because I don't mean neglect, and I don't mean physical, verbal abuse that people might associate with tough love.
Dropping an elbow on someone.
It's creating a world of adversity for your child or for your loved one, but not to the point where they're drowning.
Right.
And so that they grow up resilient.
Yeah.
Are you giving me an amen?
Right. Yeah, bro. I
Okay.
agree with that. I mean,
I feel like the type of love that my dad showed me growing up was very necessary for me to be as productive and as well off as I am.
that's
And
good.
it was strange at times because he was going through it for some years. He was going through it, so he could only do as well as he could only do so well. But a lot of things I chalk up to his choices for me. But anyways, so I think these people in these group homes might not be getting any adversity. And the adversity that
especially now, I'm sure.
I feel like I can
feel
only
weird
say so
talking about
much.
this.
Huh?
I feel weird talking about
I
this.
don't feel weird. I feel good about it.
Because I don't want to. I'm not passing any judgment on anyone. I don't want to do that.
No, and I'm sorry to take a serious tone. Look him in the eyes.
I can't. I don't want to.
I see you looking down.
I'm looking down, trying to get out of this. Anyway, dude.
Oh,
How long
okay.
have we been going?
About an hour. We won't have to talk about that anymore. However, I do want to say that I will be happy to get out of that field line of work and to move into something where that I innately enjoy.
Wouldn't we all? You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I'm happy for you. I
Okay.
shouldn't have stolen your thunder. Yes, I'm happy for you.
You didn't steal my thunder.
Good. I hope it didn't take
I
the
got
wind
my
out of your
thunder
sail.
right here. And got lightning over yonder.
Nice. Oh man. I was trying to come up with something else, but thunder and lightning's all I.
All right. Did I steal your steam?
No, dude. I mean, I don't know. I
You
don't know.
you gonna get? Were you afraid we're gonna get demonetized for going at him? Me going over here
At
on my
the
soapbox.
At the-
All right, you're saying that's you. If you,
I know.
what's your other word for it?
It's not mine. I stole it.
From what is it?
Sawed off humans.
All right, I feel better about
Anyway,
myself
all
now.
right, all right, dude.
A
I don't know. I feel a little
raging
down.
storm.
I feel a little down today. Not down. It's just like rain, it's freezing rain the
It's
entire day.
the weather's a little nasty.
And then
at the
getting
time.
here, I was like
Thank you.
putting my life at risk.
That's right.
Not really. I could care less about driving, honestly.
but you're good at
But
it.
in my car, I mean, I'll manage. I'll drive.
You're
anywhere.
a professional driver. You probably
Yeah.
handle it at this point.
I am very much a professional.
60 hours a week, or 50-ish hours
Yeah.
driving.
Ish. 40, 50.
That means, and they quoting the 10,000 hour rule, which is, iffy,
I'll be a master.
and less. So that's 3 hours a day for 10 years.
Oh,
But
The
if you
10,000
do it more than 3 hours a day on average, then it'll be less. It's the 10,000 hour rule. So in 10 years, it would have to be 3 hours a day. But how many are you getting a week? 50? So 50, divide that by 7. And then divide that number by 10,000. What was the answer to 7 divided by 50? No, sorry, 50 divided by 7.
that's 200 weeks.
And divide 10,000 by that number.
No.
It's 50 hours a week
Yeah.
instead of
I
7
divided-
days.
I divided 10,000 hours by the units of hours that I work in 1 week, which is 50 that I drive. So that's 200 weeks.
Give me your phone.
No, dude.
Give me your phone.
So that means a little over. That's like 4 years. Well, that's 4 years. What did I do with it? You know what it is too, Michael? I think I'm kind of hungry.
Can you open up your calculator?
Why?
Because I wanted to do this. I really wanted to do this. I like solving math problems.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
4 years?
I said about 4 years. A little less.
I wanted to get the exact number.
I could have gotten that had I done one more thing. 200 divided by 52. We'll see if that comes up with the same thing. Basically.
Okay. I apologize. I just like solving math problems. So I just wanted to get to the bottom of that. If I didn't, I would be messed up. And I'm sorry that I dragged you through the muck and the mire on that one.
Wow, dude. I'm so sorry. And I feel like a failure. That's all right.
What?
We don't have to splunk for the camera. Spelunk around my brain. On camera live. Oh, man. That's all good. Maybe I need a haircut. Maybe that'll help my mood.
Maybe not do as much stuff.
I do enjoy doing stuff, though.
All that stuff? But doesn't, the amount of time that you go into each... the fact that you're doing so much...
The time that I put into everything that I do exceeds the time that I think it's going to take.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay,
With
right.
basically everything in my life. Ends up that way.
Like, you didn't think you'd be working 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
And I see. All right. I think that would probably be the biggest thing. If you had those 20 hours back.
Ooh. That was your camera.
Sign off quick.
All right, everyone. We love you.
Battery's dying.
Yours?
Yeah, on our camera, so it's about to beep at us
Love
any
you
minute.
all. I'm sorry for yelling. He's sorry for yelling. All right, I'll be sorry for yelling. Until next time, be good to yourselves. Take care. Do something. You know what I mean? But do maybe less for some people. It's all subjective. So do what the Lord's telling you to do. You know what I mean? Do the Lord's work. Amen.
Amen. Yea and amen.
Shehu. Hey.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Blasphemy.